guys, we're the ECB team, and today we're going to discuss the running order of Eurovision 2023. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So this time we're going to discuss semifinal one. This year we have 15 countries competing in semifinal one. Let's do a quick recap of the running order of this semi. Opening will be Norway, and then we have Malta, Serbia, Latvia, Portugal, Ireland, and Croatia. And for the second half, we have Switzerland, Israel, Moldova, Sweden, Azerbaijan, Czechia, Netherlands, and Finland closing the show. So let's discuss them one by one. What do you think, guys, about Norway opening the show? George?
Well, Norway is actually one of my favorites in the semifinal. Usually, I think that the opening is a little bit unlucky, but in this case, I find it perfect. I think the lyrical thing is that it was the first song released in MGP, the first song performed, and it will be repeated this time. So maybe it's something like a lucky charm for Alessandra. I hope for the best. And yeah, I think it would be a great party opener.
Mm-hmm. I do believe it's a banger, by the way, as well. Not sure if I would keep her to the first song in the semi. I would imagine she will close that first half, by the way. But yeah, also opening will be good. I know they're gonna improve some of the visuals in the performance, like adding more lights, etc.
That's right.
Just recently, we had the official video clip. Go check it, guys. But yeah, I feel like she will be lucky enough, even if this is that running order. Neil, what do you think about Norway opening the show?
Well, I think it's good. They're trying to do a big opening for the show, and it's definitely one of the favorites this year. We all know that. So I think it's awesome for her to open the show. I won't think that can hurt her in any way. Definitely, it's not a forgettable one. I don't see any Tamta case here. Yes, she opened the show back in 2 years ago, right?
2019, yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think she's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now for the slot of death, as many people say, slot number 2. This year going to Malta, the Busker with Dance Our Own Party. How do you feel about this one? Nir, let's hear from you again, please.
It's kind of surprising to have like another up-tempo song one after the other. I don't think it goes in their favor this time. Even though it's a really good one, it's very catchy and very up-tempo, nice. But I think being after Norway this year, it's a bit of a bad spot for them. Especially, we have like the curse of the second spot, right? So, yeah.
George, what do you think about Malta being second?
I think Malta is definitely not qualifying after the running order. It's like, first of all, I expected a ballad in the slot number 2, but no, they had to put Malta, who always has trouble on the televote, so even a 0 points wouldn't be so shocking to me, unfortunately. But yeah, I think the chances it's qualifying are close to 0.
Yeah, well, I completely agree with you guys. First of all, yeah, being in number 2 is not in their favor. And second of all, I don't think it's one of the strongest songs in that semi to begin with. Also a very strong semi, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I believe that Norway before would just make people not forget about it, but, I see less people picking their phone and voting for Malta after Norway and so on. But we'll see, like, there is nothing impossible. And also, you said that ballads are usually slot number 2, but I want to remind that we barely have ballads in the first half, or in general in semifinal 1, or in general in Eurovision this year. So I believe this was one of the consideration as well. But now moving on to song number 3. This is Look Black from Serbia. I would imagine him like being later in the running order, I must say. but I believe he can arrange himself into the final from almost each slot. It's a very quirky one. There is nothing like similar to this in that semi or general this year. And it's quite different from Malta, so it will begin to be in his favor, I believe. Neil, what do you think about Serbia?
I agree. Not only because of the genre of the song that is different and not like anything other in that semifinal or in the contest in general, but something in his character. I think he's very different. And no matter in what slot he would perform, he's definitely one of those performances that people say, oh my God, I like that guy. There was something there. And he will be remembered no matter what spot he will perform.
George, how you will assess Serbia chances regarding running order?
I couldn't have phrased it better than Nir. I think that guy is awesome. I told in the video for Serbia. And the televoters are going to love him. Also, it's Serbia. They rarely flop in televote. So yeah, that's a factor as well. Even Loic Notet was in the third slot and he literally came second after Russia in 2015.
Yeah, semifinal 2, that's right.
Literally death semifinal. It was very hard.
Yeah, that's right. I believe that in general, good songs can qualify almost from each spot. And then afterwards, we have slot number 4, which I can tell you guys that statistically wisely is not a good spot as well. I mean, even in some cases, it can be worse than slot number 2. We have a lot of acts that didn't qualify for spot number 4. And unfortunately, this year it goes to Latvia, to Southern Lights. I don't know. I'm not sure I would put Serbia and Latvia together in general because both of them has kind of electronic taste. Of course, they are different, right? One of them is more indie rock culture or with electro, while the other is more quirky alternative. But still, I don't know. I would imagine to separate them. And I must say, I'm not sure this is in the favor of Latvia, but I wish I'm wrong. Nir, what do you think about that spot for Latvia?
Definitely agree. I think Latvia should have performed after like an up-tempo song, something totally different, and that would help them to shine. But yeah, unfortunately, coming after Serbia, that's very, very similar. And I love this song, you know that. But I think like after Serbia, it would be like a little downer, and that won't help that song. And unfortunately, based on that running order, I see it very, very hard for them to qualify.
George, how will you sum it up?
Yeah, I can see where this is going. I agree with you guys. It was a bad move, even if Serbia was after Latvia. They had to be a little bit distance between each other, but they could have been in second. They are not, so a bit luckier this year. But yeah, I can see it qualifying much. I would say 60-40. 60 out, 40 in. You never know.
Yeah, that's the secret. And after we have the cabaret pop from Portugal with Mimicat. Yeah, so to begin with, it's very different from Serbia and Latvia. So I believe actually the running order is quite good for Portugal. Also, they didn't got the second spot as many as I suspected it will happen. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think that Portugal can struggle to qualify this year just because maybe it's only me, but I just can't see a lot of people like being attracted to that genre of song. But as a running order, not a bad one at all. George, what do you think?
Well, I think they got the best position they could have gotten. I said that Mimicat is definitely qualifying, and I will keep believing that. She has something different than anyone else in semifinal 1. So yeah, Portugal is going a bit more upbeat than usual, and I think people will love that. So yeah, I think that the chances stayed solid.
Neil, what do you think?
I kind of agree with you, Doron, in this one. I definitely believe that the song is different than any other. Portugal have their own style, and we see that year after year they never follow the stream. They always create something of their own, and she will shine no matter what because it's different and she puts a lot in her performance, as we already heard online. But based on the running order coming after Latvia, I don't think it's different enough. I would put it after a ballad because she goes and dance and she's bringing the show. And I'm sure that Latvia will use a lot of lightning, etc. That will be hard. And I would put this one definitely after a ballad and not after like a rock song or Serbia, for example, something soft. Because after a ballad, you want to go and dance, and that's what Mimicat is going to do. So
Thereafter, in spot number 6, we've got Wild Youth from Ireland. Personally, I think like an excellent running order for them. I mean, yeah, they've got Croatia afterwards. We'll talk about it, but still, they're towards the end of this half, and I don't know. I think it's a good spot for them. Not sure if it's qualifier or not. This is like a separate discussion, I believe. But yeah, it's very different from Portugal. Also, it has some scent of rock, even though it's more pop rock. So it's good to have them not after Latvia. Yeah, that's what I think. Neil, what do you think about Ireland?
yeah, I think the spot is good. I think Mimicat is like she will deliver them like the start, and they will get all the rewards after because they continue on the same level. And yeah, I think for them it's a very, very good spot. Definitely.
Nice. George?
Well, I think the Ireland was treated by BBC the same way we will treat Cyprus. They got the best deal out of the first half. They're followed by Croatia, as you said, but I don't think that can be a danger if they bring the great show they promised. It might be a shocking, happily way qualifier. So yeah, I'm happy for them. They didn't get the death slot.
And it's spot number 7, closing the first half. This is Let Free with Mama Traktora, Croatia. Nero, I would let you the honor to start. What do you think?
I'm looking at a sub-contest of that running order, okay? Like, let's say tonight we are one, stating Ireland, and we continue we're united with what? And we're united definitely with the message that Croatia is bringing this year. And I think there is a huge subtext here in that running order. And I think it's genius, to be honest. I think that will help Croatia a lot because that will definitely make the people understand that we are all united in this. That's definitely something that we're against, and that's definitely what what's the message of the song from Croatia. And I love it. I love it. I think it's genius, and I definitely believe that will help them draw a lot of attention.
I would want that a lot. I just think the same, and like they have gotten the best spots possible in the first half. So yeah, they'll get a lot of attention. And maybe I just wonder, guys, maybe this is the way of EBU to kind of help countries that usually struggle. It's not a secret that Croatia has missed the final a lot of years, like 4 or 5, and now they finally, I probably guess they have the chance to qualify and will qualify. So maybe this is also part of this story. George, what do you think?
I find the BBC and EBU made a running order that speaks a story. If you think about it, like Nir said, it's after We Are One. We Are One has a unity message. And Croatia brings the Aijā message. So it will be like a story. We are different, we are unique, but also we are against dictatorship and stupid leaders, as they call. And yeah, and let's not forget what follows after Croatia, which also has a message, but we will say about it after this. But yeah, Croatia was definitely qualifying, even though I don't like the song. But yeah, the running order confirmed it.
I completely agree. And as George has hinted, we follow the story with I Don't Want to Be a Soldier of Switzerland, right? Remo forward with Watergun. Yeah, a ballad, maybe one of the few ballads in that semi in general. What they have tried to do here, except of course, telling that story that we have talked about, I think they try to separate as much as they can between the ballads, because if we stick to the, let's call it the base definition of what is a ballad, we've got Switzerland and the Netherlands. And if you follow
Only
the running
two.
order, yeah, only two. I mean, yeah, Ireland can be half a ballad, maybe Latvia as well, but they are, ballads by the book. And they try to separate them as much as they can. And I believe it's a good idea because it will help each one of those countries to shine as much as they can. Also, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but after the crazy show from Croatia, people will have to get something standard, something, not bold enough in a good way. And I think that Switzerland will be the calmer one this year. So this case. So I think it's a good
I think that ballad was the best choice between Croatia and Israel. That's next. Because Netherlands would definitely flop if it was there.
Yeah, that's a question, actually. I'm not sure about the Netherlands. Neil, what do you think about Switzerland actually opening the second half in spot number 8?
Yeah, I think you just said that, it continued the story. First of all, that's what will help Croatia as well. Okay, that to deliver their message as well. Definitely different, definitely something that we need a minute to relax after Croatia, because it's a little in the face, sometimes a little too much. And definitely we need to get relaxed, and Switzerland definitely deliver that relaxation mode to digest what we've just seen. And that's awesome because a lot of people will get connected to Switzerland, so that will help them. And yeah, I think it's a great position.
However, not sure how optimistic am I regarding that Israel will follow. Noah Kirel with her colorful, shiny unicorn. Not sure how it will help Switzerland, I must say, even though the songs are different and probably, different audience will get appealed to the different songs. Many people speculated why Noah is like too early in the running, but to be honest, I'm not worried about her. I think that spot number 9, 10, 11, whatever, she will shine everywhere. And yeah, the first half didn't have much pop. I mean, yeah, we've got the pop cabaret of Portugal, but as I said, pop by the book. We've got Noah, the first one to do it in semifinal 1. So I believe it can be in her favor, because, many people are just like pop, which is a good thing, of course, and they finally get their desired delicious meal with Israel. What do you think, George?
I love Noah. I love the entry. It's definitely a bop. She would attract everyone's eyes on her, even if she was second, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think she is going to slay.
Nir, what do you think about beloved Noah Kirel?
Well, I think the position is great because it's coming after Switzerland. That's a soft song. And now, you get all the energy you need to. You charge the energy during that song and you can explode on the Israeli entry. And that's like the separation, by the way, from Norway opening the show 7 songs before, or 8, right? 8 songs before. So you have a lot of time and gap from one bop to the other. So I think for her, the position is great. And you said it before, it doesn't really matter if she would be 9 or 10, whatever. It's at the second half, so it's close enough and rememberable enough before the voting is starting. So yeah, it's great position for now.
I also want to add that we have a lot of guys before and after her. So as a girl, as a woman, she will shine, I believe, right? Because we have Ireland, it's spot number 6, then Croatia, which is a bench, spot number 7, then Switzerland, and afterwards, which is the next, in song number 10, we've got Pasha Parfeni from Moldova. I must say that for him, I'm not sure this is the best running order. I mean, I believe that Moldova, as usual, can, deliver. They're like professional in stagings and so on, and they've got always the audience love. But, being between two of the favorites of this year in the running, like we have Noah before him and Loreen after him, not sure I would switch places with him. Yeah, Neil, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about that allocation?
I agree with you, but not just because of what's coming after or what we have heard before. I just believe it will show that song as kind of very old and not really changing much versus Noah that's coming before, that something is very extra and big and new, and hearing something very similar to sounds that we've heard so many times in so many years. I don't know. I think the position for him, not the spot, but being between Noah and Loreen coming right after, that's not good enough.
George, what do you think about Moldova?
Well, spot 10 is usually okay, but as Nir said, he's between two legendary women this year. And also, I don't know, I think there's going to be also a break after him and before Loreen. So
Yeah.
it might be more forgotten than even before. But he's going to deliver, I'm sure. He has a great voice. The song has great vibes. It's vibing with the listeners and hopefully the viewers. I hope they have a better staging than Moldova, because always the Moldova national final has more more poor production than Liverpool, of course. But we can see what happens.
And then in spot number 11, just like in 2013, and yeah, like just when we had Loreen back in the contest, again in the 11th spot, just like a magic, or maybe not. Well, I don't have much to say about it. I think they kept a spot for her to be, before or after the ad break. We still don't know when it will be, but I believe it will be. And basically, I think it's inferred from the complexity of the staging here, like the Lauren Burger or whatever you want to call those two LED screens. Let's see if they're in the Liverpool or not. Still not confirmed. But yeah, and also this is Sweden, this is Loreen, so I don't think there is any importance to running order. Neil, what do you think?
Well, I think this year it's a bit different. I think with the buzz Loreen getting this year, which I love it, by the way. Yeah, she's my number one, but no matter what spot she would have performed, I think people will, she would qualify no matter what. But I think it's awesome for them to keep her like for the later as much as they could, because people will wait for her. They were like sitting and waiting song by song to see where Loreen is coming back. Then the expectation is extremely high. So yeah, I think coming after Moldova for her, it's awesome. Definitely, it's something different and unique, and on the same time, it's relying on the same visuals a little bit, with the tattoos and the horns that Moldova have. So they're coming like from the same culture at some point. I can see that related, but yeah, it's great for Loreen.
But not all things are great in running order, because after Sweden, we've got Azerbaijan with the twins TuralTuranX. Yeah, I think it's not a good running order. I would sum it that way. I mean, first of all, the song is not that bold, unfortunately. And second of all, guys, yeah, being after Sweden and basically Loreen from Sweden, not just another song for Sweden, can make you be forgotten. Neil, what do you think?
Yeah, this time it's not the running order. It's like who you're coming after, right? And you just said that coming after Loreen, no matter what, people will still be in like very, very disappointing or maybe like very, very exciting from how she performed. And they will be focused on that. Yeah, especially, if we had another banger here, we would stay in that level. But unfortunately, the Azerbaijan entry this year is a little bit of a downer, for me at least, in my personal taste. So that would be like a deep dive down and not a good spot for them, definitely.
George, anything to add?
Well, I think Azerbaijan is down for. Sorry, but it's not only that Loreen is after it, it's such a letdown, and the twins are not don't look so approachable to the viewer. I mean, the song is not that terrible that some fans have said, but it will be like nothing happens after Loreen. So yeah, that's a definite no. So yeah, I think Azerbaijan will have trouble with a lot of entries they had sent even if they were after Loreen, but yeah, only Banger will have saved Azerbaijan. Something like Mahari. But yeah.
And it's spot number 13. We've got Czechia, right? With the girl band Vesna. So I think it will awake the viewer after the ballad. I must say in the same sentence that I'm a little bit worried for them because the national final performance wasn't brilliant, let's call it that way. But the song itself is great, and I believe many people will support the song itself. Yeah, an advantage in general because first of all, coming after a ballad, kind of ballads, thereafter we have another ballad, so they can stand out. And also being towards the end of the show, it's always an advantage. George, what do you think?
Well, I think that Czechia has a great song with a great message. It's not something that we would expect from Czechia, but from, I don't know, Ukraine or even Bulgaria, but it's surprisingly awesome. The live performance is something I'm worried about because, as I said, the national final one was a letdown. They can ruin this as much as they can save it. I heard they have the same team like last year, and they literally saved the song because these club songs like We Are Dummies one were hard on stage usually, but they did great last year. So maybe they can catch the theme of the song this year as well. I don't know. I see it qualifying for sure, but you never know. Remember what happened with Ronaldo last year? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Nir, what do you think about Czechia?
I was actually surprised they're performing in that position. When I thought about the running order before it was published, I thought they would be after a song like Switzerland. Again, coming from the same theme, same story, and for me that was the right spot for them to be in the number 9 and not here, being the running for Switzerland. But yeah, coming after Azerbaijan, that's definitely different. I don't know. I think people will still be during the Loreen effect, even for that song. So I'm not sure if that's the right position for them. Heading to that, we're not really sure how the live performance will be. And based on what we know from the national final, that's a big question mark here, even though the song is great and one of the fan favorite based on Spotify and whatever. So that's a big question mark here.
And right after, in spot number 14th, we've got the Netherlands with the duet Mia and Dion. I think a great running order for them. It's a song that I learned to like, let's say. I mean, it wasn't a click for me from the first time, but starting for the second time and so on, I try to love it a lot even. And I believe it's good enough to have them towards the end, because maybe if we have, I don't know, 3 or 4 ballads, at least the last one will be more memorable. And also, yeah, they got the crazy show of Finland afterwards, which is completely different. So I guess that people who don't like Finland at least will find some comfort in the Netherlands. George, what do you think?
I'm a little bit scared. Actually, the song is a cute grower, as he said. It's growing. They look like they have chemistry, and John can actually wrote a good song. But I don't know. It will depend on Czechia's performance as well. If they are bad, like the national final, fans will love it even more and find like a comfort zone. And maybe they can do something like 2014, a very aesthetic and romantic performance. Everyone loved the Netherlands after the live performance, so you never know. The Dutch can do the simple so great that they can even win something.
I absolutely agree. Neil, what do you think about the Netherlands?
I think they have a great running order. Well, they're almost closing the show, and that's definitely great for them. For some reason, coming after Czechia, it won't let them shine too much. I don't know. I would put them after Loreen. Even though, yeah, it sounds weird, but they would take Loreen on a different side, and I believe they would have done much better after Loreen, because they would stay on that same hype and very strong entry, but in a different genre, very relaxed and slow. After Loreen, I think they would have done better. I don't know. They're very similar to me, even though Czechia is not a ballad. They're on the same level. So I think it would flat the performance a little bit. I don't know. I think it's a great entry, by the way. It's one of my favorite. Again, a grower. That's not something that I liked from the first listening. I thought it's a little boring in the beginning, but it definitely grew me, and I really like it today. I just don't think it will help them to perform after Czechia. They won't shine enough. And definitely, I don't think that will make a nice build up for Finland coming next. So I don't know. In between the songs, I'm not sure it's the right running order. The spot wise, coming 15, it's awesome for them, because it is a song that can be forgettable, because it's a ballad. So.
And dedicating our end of this video to Finland closing. Well, I don't have much to say. I think Käärijä will qualify from each spot. This spot will bold it even more. Yeah, great spot for Finland. Well done. Neil, what do you think about it?
Great spot for Finland. Well done. For me, I would never give him to close the show, because this is not because he's closing the show, but because this is such a good song that gives you such a great energy, and and then right after it's over. It's definitely something that you need more. Yeah, so you have to continue the party, and ending the party after that song. That's kind of like a set for us. So, but yeah, definitely great spot for Finland.
George, let's sum it up with you, Finland.
I think they are so lucky, but I don't think they needed it. I would dare to say that it will win the televote of the semifinal by a small margin, of course, because Loreen is loved by everyone, literally. Every friend I know from Greece or even other countries that are not even fans of Eurovision, they just watch it on May, know about Loreen's return somehow. But yeah, we'll talk about Käärijä. He's awesome. He has that energy. The viewers look like they love him already. The win in the televote, it's very possible. So yeah, we have to keep him in mind. for the favorites.
Okay, guys, so this is what we have thought about semifinal one, the running order, our reactions, and kind of predictions as well. What do you think, guys, about semifinal one? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and you can find us on ESCBEAT.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, and basically everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. Keep safe. Bye-bye.